Hello and welcome. This is 5 tips to improve appointment making when you're cold calling. Tip number 1, qualify the prospect. It's critical that we effectively qualify the prospect that we're trying to schedule appointments with, and this is key for a couple reasons. While it may sound counterproductive, meaning when we qualify we're really kind of pressing hard to see if they fit right with what we have to offer, and that's going to make us more picky on who we work with. That could decrease the quantity of appointments that we're trying to schedule. But if we qualify and weed out the prospects that aren't the right fit, then what we are going to be doing is we're going to be saving ourselves time that we would have normally wasted on prospects that don't fit well, and we can shift that time over to trying to schedule appointments with the ideal prospect, with qualified prospects, and that will not only improve our quantity of meetings that we go on, it'll also improve the quality of meetings that we go on. Qualifying prospects involves asking around 1 to 3 questions at the beginning or early part of a cold call to identify if they fit well with what you're trying to sell in terms of being able to be the right prospect in terms of the value that you have to offer. And another important thing, when you are qualifying the prospect, you'll actually decrease their guard, which can help to get the appointment scheduled as well, meaning the prospect will see that, oh, you're qualifying me, which means you're not just trying to schedule appointment with anybody. You have credibility, you have integrity, and you're only going to go for the meeting with me if I'm the right fit for you, and that will decrease their guard and help you to get meetings scheduled. Let's move on to tip 2. Leaving off where tip 1 left off, you want to decrease the prospect's guard. Every prospect you cold call and try to schedule a meeting with might have their level of guardedness at a medium level. This means they've sent someone's trying to cold call them, sell to them. They might not know who you are. They might not know really what you're selling, and so they put their guard at a medium level. They're trying to protect themselves from the salesperson. And what you definitely don't want to do is you don't want to increase their guard by making them sense, I'm an aggressive salesperson, I'm trying to sell you something. So what you at a minimum want to do is keep their guard at a medium level, or decrease their guardedness, and there are some things that we can do to do that. First, we can respect their time, meaning an aggressive salesperson that nobody wants to deal with will try to sell, and will not give the person the opportunity to get off the phone. If you respect their time by asking, have I caught you in the middle of anything, making sure that they have the ability to take your cold call in terms of their level of busyness, you will instantly decrease their guard because you're going to stand out from all the other aggressive cold calling salespeople. So that will decrease their guard. The other thing you can do is to name drop. You could do this by name dropping other people in the organization. When you're cold calling someone, they're going to try to determine, are you a friend or are you a foe? A foe would be someone from the outside trying to get in, a stranger. A friend would be someone who's already on the inside, someone they're already doing business with in some way or another. And by name dropping, you will present yourself more as a friend than a foe. Lastly, we could disqualify/qualify. When I mention disqualify, right before you ask some qualifying questions, you could say a very powerful statement, which is disqualifying the prospect by saying, you know what, I don't really know if you're the right fit for what I'm calling about. That is a very powerful thing to say, and it will decrease the prospect's guard because they're going to instantly feel that sales pressure off in terms of your approach. Tip number 3, build rapport. It's very difficult on a cold call to build rapport because you really only have between 2 to 5 minutes. So going back to the last tip, respecting their time, showing them that you respect their time, and you're only going to move forward if they give you approval and it's on their terms. That will build rapport. Again, as with the other tip, when you disqualify them and you're showing interest in qualifying them, you'll build rapport with them because they'll feel like you're looking out for their best interests, and you're only moving forward if it fits with what they need. And again, moving forward only on their terms, going in the direction that they want to go, as opposed to being pushy and saying, this is what you need and you need this now. Tip number 4, you want to build interest, of course, to get that meeting scheduled, right? And so the best way to do this is to uncover pain. There are a couple things you can do to uncover pain, but ideally to be most efficient, if you can build your qualifying questions so that as you ask those, you can uncover pain. And then when you uncover that pain, if you can magnify it and help the prospect to identify what the business impact is from the pain that they have, and then if you connect that pain to the business value that you have to offer in the products or services that you sell, my friend, at that point you will have built a certain level of interest, at least enough interest for you to go in and try to get that meeting scheduled, which is what tip 5 brings us to, is going in for the meeting and saying we should meet. And the last tip is tell, don't ask when you go for the meeting, meaning you can ask for the meeting but get rid of that question mark at the end of that question, meaning tell them we need to meet, don't ask them if they're interested in meeting. And here's an example. Based on what we've discussed, are you interested in meeting to discuss this in more detail? Question mark. Change that to, based on what we've discussed, we should definitely meet to discuss this in more detail. Statement. And after that, let's align calendars. I'm open on Tuesday and Thursday. How does that work for you? Of course, that's a question. Of course, at some point when you're aligning calendars, you have to ask questions. But when you're going in for the meeting, tell them that they need to meet with you. Don't ask them. Those are 5 tips to help you with improvement making. For more information on those as well as other sales tactics, sales tools, sales philosophies, visit our website,